the recipe is there to have all the success in the world. First time on the racetrack in this practice session, a little bit tight in the center. He said about a half of a scale of 1 to 10, not much, and a little bit free on exit. They're in for some adjustments.
And as Hermie was finishing up his report, you see the 50 of Akinori Ogata go around. Can't tell, didn't look like he hit anything, made wall contact, so that would be the good news part of that equation, but
just got a little bit loose, and there's some bumps all the way around this racetrack, Todd, so sometimes those bumps will induce that looseness.
Well, and we've heard everybody talk about being really tight on their throttle, and they probably tried to loosen their truck up, and he hit those bumps, spun the tires, truck being loose, and just come out from under him.
Good job by the other trucks on the racetrack to avoid him. There was a lot of smoke there.
I know they're all going to be here on Sunday, and it'd be pretty cool for Chase Elliott to experience. Oh, we got one in the wall.
It's Brandon Jones in the 33 car.
First incident we've had today.
Back up.
Guys, be ready here. We're probably going to have to get the backup out.
Well, that's not good news, but...
Go down.
Yeah, really quick, man. I felt a little bit on entry. I didn't really have time to do anything about it.
That's before I see.
Top of your screen, there he is. Top right.
Worst place in the world to lose a tire, right dead in the middle of the corner. He'd run 11 laps in that 33 car so far in this practice.
There he is after he'd already hit the wall.
The lick he took in that Xfinity Series race last week at Daytona, but that is a testament to all of the work that has been done by NASCAR, the teams, the racetracks, as far as the safety of our drivers.
Kyle Busch coming onto pit road has brought the red flag out here.
Whoa now.
Whoa.
Oh, did you see the cone? I mean, he was drawn up.
I'm not exactly sure if that brought the caution out, though.
The cone almost turned from orange to brown right there.
He did. It scared him to death.
I think he locked him up
sure.
so much they thought that maybe that was oil on the track.
No, it was the cone screaming.
Coney Island intact.
I dove it off in there to see what we got, but I know the tire game, the tire strategy to play to save some because this place gets worn out, but we got to spin here. I'm commentating for you guys, but our Leidos Mustang is okay.
It's got a fast forward, guys.
Carl Long was out making a second run. He had been out early in the session, returned to the track, and had some problems off of turn 2.
That's going to stop the clock.
You can see that.
This is going to be a pretty hard lick with Carl Long driving off into turn 1.
Boy, he battled her a long way, didn't he, Larry?
Yeah, but you could see how hard of a lick. That's the reason, to your point, that rear end is kicked way over to the left.
Just you can keep that wheel cut to the right and working, trying to save it for a long time, but eventually when she starts to hook, you got to be ahead of the game and already cutting it back to the left. And you can see Carl did a great job of saving it initially. About right there, though, if he could have just cranked her over to the left, would have kept it from snapping back. But that's easier said than done.
Now, with the clock stopped, drivers like Dakota Armstrong, Jeremy Clements, Ryan Sieg, gives them an opportunity for their tires to cool down more if they think they can go out there and run a little better on a second attempt. It's tough. It's tough to do here. It's not going to be any better than brand new sticker Goodyear tires.
Oh, wow.
Look at this. 74 Mike Harmon. And for the second time here in this first round of qualifying, the red flag is being displayed.
I mean, it has all the look that obviously the engine has exploded on it, but you know, you never know. It could be an oil line or something, but a lot of problems for Mike Harmon.
Safety workers right over there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make a knee-jerk call and say the engine blew. Again, it could have been an oil line came loose, an oil line came apart, and that's what you're maybe seeing there is an oil fire.
And just an update, Larry, on the tire, flat tire for Elliott Sadler. I just got a text from Rodney Childers, who wanted to clear up the rule. They changed it this year. If you post a time and then have a tire problem, you can't change that tire.
Okay, but that is new for 2017.
David Reagan may have got into the wall in turn 2.
Come on in.
Yep.
He felt like he touched it.
Let's take a look at this and see what it looks like.
Oh, left side's on that seam there.
Right
Not
on
a lot
that.
of grip there.
Right on it, I mean.
Oh, yeah, he just, he's committed to the gas, and the back just stepped out a little bit, and it was going to be really close. He just didn't quite clear it.
I don't think it hurt the car much, so that didn't
I don't know about that.
Sorry, Sam. Sam, not so good.
Sam is not smiling.
No, Sam is not.
And Blaney's on the bubble.
Woohoo!
Here comes Eric Jones.
Oh!
Wow. Not enough. 18th for Jones.
The Benedetto just smacked the wall.
And he is 18th.
Race fans, it's time to crank it up again with those most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome today's Grand Marshals, the president of Active Pest Control, Jeff Swaney, from Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Jax Reasoner, representing Wounded Warrior, Robert Langford Jr., and also from Wounded Warrior, Marissa Appling.
Driver,
start your engines!
Position at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The green flag waves. We're racing.
Phil, can you imagine what Kyle Busch's mindset is right now? He just celebrated a win in victory lane, and now he's got to go out there and try to get the job done again. That's amazing.
And he's got to make the adjustment because these trucks do not drive like those Xfinity cars. But it's going to take him about one corner to make that adjustment.
Look at Christopher Bell. Nice start by the kid. He's able to grab the lead. 3 wide back in the pack.
Well, Noah Gragson, the rookie, spinning, trying to collect
outside,
it.
Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Watch your outside. 27's up there.
And it's the 7 of Brett Moffitt tangling with Gragson. Boy, Noah Gragson, the 18-year-old rookie, was right in the middle of that 3 wide, and it was a tough spot.
I don't know that he might. I don't think there's much damage to any of those trucks. The truck ahead of him moved up a little bit.
Right there in the middle, and that was the 21 of Sauter on his inside.
See, these trucks just kind of all come together. Probably the biggest hit was Moffitt.
And it wasn't real big, it didn't look like.
It's an early yellow at Atlanta. We'll collect them and restart when we return.
He wound up losing the race. It'll be interesting to see, Phil. What do you think we will see?
Chase Elliott in the 23. And the caution is out. Chase running this race for GMS.
They think it's fluids. I know it's not, so just run low here.
He was running 11th at the time.
Is that a tire I hear flopping around?
Yeah,
Is
the
that
right rear. The right
gone?
rear is gone on that truck.
Yeah, we saw Denny Hamlin have trouble with that earlier.
23 of Chase Elliott.
He's going to have his hands full here when that right rear tire goes. He did a great job of holding on to that truck.
And then just look at fly apart there and start to do damage.
But this yellow presents an opportunity.
30, and we need to adjust for that.
Here comes Christopher Bell through turn 4. Making his way to the line.
Here, just keep rolling. They let the top 10 cross before they throw the yellow. Just keep rolling.
Takes the green and white checker to win stage 1, and that's the battle for 10th. Austin Dillon and Grant Enfinger.
John Hunter Nemechek, we got into the fence.
Come on down if you can. Come on down. Come on down. Right front. Got my wall.
Well, we saw him make a couple of great saves. You heard him say it. Killed.
Oh, then the right front tire just blew out there.
Still green. He's rolled back 2. Got my wall with the right front.
So tough for John Hunter Nemechek, and this is the final lap of stage 2 as Nemechek limps back and Christopher Bell is
strolling
about to clinch his 2nd consecutive stage and his 80th straight lap in front of this field.
He's doing anything but limping, isn't he, Vince?
Man. Well, he caught it a few times, but eventually his luck ran out. Nemechek into the wall. If everybody comes under yellow to get tires, and there's a caution, and it's the 44 of Tommy Joe Martin.
And this is too early. And this is too early right now. I'm going to answer your question, Vince. You want this thing to go about 105 at least, or 110 laps.
The free pass.
Whoa, Tommy Joe has her go around.
Kept it out of the wall, kept it down off the racetrack.
Unfortunately, no one else was collected in the process. We're under caution. The 12 of Jordan Anderson got into the wall with a little help.
Yeah, he got tangled up with Corbin Forrester exiting turn 4. That thing hit the infield grass field and about flipped over.
Here's what happened.
Watch the 2 black trucks left side of your screen. Corbin gets into the left rear quarter panel of Jordan, sends him into the grass. Corbin gets into the outside wall, but watch what damage this grass does to this truck.
Oh, wow. Look how violent that is. Parts and pieces went everywhere. I don't know if maybe Jordan got a little bit loose coming off and Forrester didn't judge it properly.
You're going to have to get more fuel to finish. Yeah. The wreck truck.
Looked like Forrester lost the front end of that truck. Maybe he was chasing it, and that's how he got into Jordan.
Austin Dillon on the outside. And here comes Matt Crafton in that bright yellow 88. Getting inside of Infinger and going to the front.
Look at Kyle Busch down through the middle. Oh, he loses the front end. Slow up into the outside wall.
Casgrala was behind him and made some contact as well. Definitely into the wall was the 51 of Kyle Busch.
I think his right front tire went down when he got down to the corner.
The top 5. Watch Kyle Busch right in the middle in that 51 truck.
Yeah, that right front tire was down, guys, and there was nothing he could do about it. Right in front of Casgrala. Kaz makes some slight contact. Let's listen to it.
Clear, clear. Your bumper, inside, 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 inside. Still down there, inside, inside. Still there, inside.
Of Ben Rhodes, 2nd and 3rd. And there's Austin Cindric spinning.
Yellow.
And a yellow is out.
You're stay clear right there. Clear, clear, clear. You didn't hit anything. You okay?
What a save.
Come on around here. We're going to need some tires. Didn't hit anything.
Here's what happened. Infinger and Cindric. Just a little bit of light contact, just enough.
That just shows you how fast these guys are going and how on the edge of control they are. The air almost spun him around.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there was no contact there for sure. Looked like maybe Austin felt like he was going to get into Grant and had to turn the wheel away from him a little bit.
Watch this.
Watch it again.
I mean, that's just crazy.
Cindric was running in the 8th position.
Crazy good pictures, though, man. That just shows you the details of what it's like to drive one of these pickup trucks at 180 miles an hour.
Unfortunately, they don't have good tires to put on it when he comes to pit road. That would be a difference maker. Less than 5 to go when we return. One lap remaining. The white flag is out. Christopher Bell trying to hold off Matt Crafton. Johnny Sauter lurking in 3rd, and Ben Rhodes in 4th. Alex Bowman in 5th.
Boy, Matt gave it all he had on that restart. Actually got the lead for a moment, but Christopher fought back.
Christopher Bell bringing it through turn 4. A dominating performance, and he closes the door with the win at Atlanta.
Hey, you darned that right there. Way to drive that thing. Thank you. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, the crew. Thank you, guys. Woo! Thank you, guys.
His brain, so he did an awesome job. This team's awesome. Everybody at KBM is awesome. JBL, Toyota's amazing. You know, just really, really happy. I'm staying with my wife and kids at home, and be home soon. Good luck. The Ford truck is going to have a good year. Thank you.
Congratulations to Rudy Fugle and driver.
That might be an understatement.
Career win number 3 for Christopher Bell. It didn't come easy. He about had this race won last year. Finally checked Atlanta off the list. You dominated parts of this race, but then on a green-white checkered restart, you have Matt Crafton on your outside, and he stuck with it through the first 2 turns. What were you thinking?
I was just trying to do everything I could to make sure I got a good restart, and I didn't get my momentum broke. These truck races are really tough to get restarts going because it's so aero dependent, and you can get all sorts of momentum or you can get all sorts of momentum taken away from you. And I think that happened to me there in the middle section of the race. But Rudy and the guys, they did an awesome job preparing this thing. It was really fast all weekend. Man, it was just a dream machine. It was really, really good.
He had to wait longer than he wanted to, but Christopher Bell wins at Atlanta. Hermie.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome today's Grand Marshal, Chief Operating Officer of race sponsor Rinnai America Corporation, Frank Windsor.
Welcome to the Rinnai Tankless Water Heater 250. And on behalf of all the Rinnai associates, close to 10,000 around the world, drivers, start your engines!
The engines have fired. It's part one of a NASCAR doubleheader at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. As we go to break, we get you geared up for all the action live on FS1. Time to put the green flag in the air on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Hampton, Georgia.
That outside line sure is hard to get going in here. It's very, very tough to do, and as we saw there, William had a little tire spins. That's not uncommon at all.
Look at Elliott Sadler already making it 3 wide off turn 2. We know that's a fast Chevy. That #1 car, issues in qualifying with a flat tire. He'll be racing toward the front.
How anxious in the early stages on this surface side by side?
It can be. I mean, I think you have to recognize, tires are always at a premium here, as we see Kyle Larson making it 3 wide down the front stretch. But it's one of those things you have to balance the longevity of a whole fuel run, or at least a tire run, and
Oh, contact.
We got hit the left side door here, guys. Left side door. I'm not sure.
Ty Dillon got sideways in the 3. Blake Cook nowhere to go. It's been a real tough weekend for that 11 machine, and not the start that Ty was looking for.
See if we can see what happened. Low on the track. Just gets loose on entry, doesn't he?
It's like he has a left rear tire go down.
Maybe some contact on the start.
Definitely could be. Yeah, definitely looks like a left rear tire going down, and obviously nowhere for Blake Cook to go.
Yeah, he might have had that saved if not for Blake Cook coming along and simply could not avoid the contact.
Blake was trying his best to get to the bottom and just couldn't quite get it cut down off the bank.
Yeah. And credit to Ty for holding on to that. Getting a left rear tire going down the entrance to 1.5 miles like Atlanta is no easy task. So he had it going his way. I'm curious to see how that time management will play as the race goes on. He had a lot of time to make up starting where he started, and he's cut into that lead quite largely.
End of stage 1. That was close for Darrell Wallace Jr. trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap. Brad Keselowski takes the opening stage. See if we can figure out what went wrong here. There's some fire under the hood of that race car.
It's more than likely a brake issue. And when you run the bottom of the racetrack, how much brake do you use? Do you use enough to get them heated up like that?
I wouldn't think that much. You hope not, at least.
Brendan gone. Don't think he's going to be able to hold him off. No way off turn 4. And he hit the wall.
Wow.
Through the grass. No caution yet, but we're going to get it here anyway as we wrap up the stage.
Heavy contact, too. I'm impressed he held on to it through the grass. That was big.
Luckily, that splitter didn't dig in either and tear the whole front end off that car for Brendan. He just started sliding up the hill when Kevin went to the inside and got loose and hit the wall eventually.
Right in front of his teammate, too.
And now the caution is out, not for Brendan, but ending our second stage. I think a lot of that is just digging, trying to stay on the lead lap, realizing the caution is going to come, signifying the end of the stage. We told you the top 5
that you have to have as a driver to race here in some of these places that are wore out is tough. You got trouble.
Back it down here, nice and easy. Car spun out. Spin.
Good news for Denny Hamlin. There's a caution. Bad news is Denny Hamlin is the caution in that 20 car. 4th one of the day. 2nd because of an issue on track. We had a pair of cautions obviously come out at the end of stage 1 and stage 2.
Looked like the left rear tire went away, didn't it? You got an issue with the left rear?
It's definitely down now.
Bad luck with tires, obviously.
Looks like he's had it go from bad to worse over on the back straightaway. It's smoking worse, like maybe the carcass of the tire broke rear end line or an oil line or something.
He had a lot going on right here too. Did a nice job to get out of those guys' way and not pile into one of them. So nice work, even though bad day, but good job to keep it out of the fence.
He must have felt it to slide down there where he was. He knew they were coming.
He did it. I think actually the problem was probably closer back here to the start finish line. He was already slowing up by the time he was getting to that entrance.
That damage might not be that bad. They haven't tried to fix it over there.
Daniel Hemrick 7th before the pit stops. Restarted 8th or 9th and a little too high here.
What a solid day it's been for that young man, but just overshot the corner there a bit.
So he's done a great job getting his car turned around and one to go.
White flag is out. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. About a mile away from his 87th career victory, Kyle Busch out in front of Brad Keselowski.
We talked after practice yesterday, Chase. We didn't see a clear-cut favorite, and you're right. Kyle Busch just worked hard all day long to get himself in a position to do this.
Took Kyle Busch a long time to get his first Atlanta win. It came last year. Now he's going to go back-to-back. Kyle Busch in a familiar place. Victory lane at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Job, fellas. Job starts.
To work with the best of the bunch, and already he and Kyle Busch creating the magic.
Yeah, until earlier when you guys said that, I didn't realize he had won back-to-back championships. That's pretty cool. I wish I could say he hadn't won that one in 2015.
I'm sorry.
We were behind him in 15. Obviously not close enough, but did a great job with Kyle today. And Kyle sure does know what he's looking for in these cars at any racetrack, and especially here at Atlanta.
I like to look at these results, guys, and think about our Xfinity Championship that we're going to be racing for all year long. We've got Elliott Sadler, the veteran.
Six and a half years ago, Kyle Busch won a triple header weekend, but that was over 3 different days. This weekend it's over a span of 30 hours. Great start to your weekend, but was that more of an example of hard work?
Yeah, it was. You know, we weren't great early on. We weren't great through the middle, and Scott Graves and these guys, they worked on this car all day long. So really brought the NOS Energy Drink Toyota to life there at the end, and pretty proud to put ourselves in victory lane here once again, 2 years in a row. It took me so long to get here to begin with. Now we won 2 in a row. So that feels really good, and can't say enough about Toyota TRD, everybody that worked so hard, everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing, all these guys on this team. Of course, Xfinity, their Xfinity Extreme app. That's pretty cool to have. I love watching that thing all over my cell phone. And then, of course, too, Cessna, we appreciate them. And DBX, the race fans, incredible bank. What else can I say? It's we just keep knocking them out of the park here in the Xfinity Series, but we love it, and we wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Great start working with Scott Graves.
It was, thanks. It you know, it certainly means a lot to get him to victory lane. To get these group of guys to victory lane. You know, they just won a championship. They're fresh off of that. So certainly they want to get back to victory lane any chance they can get. And we got 10 chances here this year with me. So looking forward to that opportunity. If anybody wants to put a bounty out there, and I'll go race for it. I'm 1 for 1 right now. Maybe I can get an extra $1 million if I win all 10. I don't know.
1 down, 2 more to go this weekend.
Race fans, it's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome the star of ABC's hit show Extreme Makeover Home Edition and today's Grand Marshal, Atlanta, Georgia native Ty Pennington.
All right, Atlanta, you guys know what to say. Say it with me. Here we go. Drivers, start your engines!
Get these guys started, what do you say? Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing! Drivers!
Already 3 wide going into turn 1. You're going to see a lot of wheel spin on those restarts, especially that outside lane here today. Look at this action on lap 1.
No surprise, Denny Hamlin right up, riding the rim.
Whoa, contact
22.
down the back. 22 and the 1, I think, got together.
Yeah, see McMurray lost a lot of momentum right there.
Joey Logano, who started 6th, and Jamie Mack started 7th. Who will lead lap 1? Kevin Harvick going away with Kyle Busch.
Got to be real careful here. Early laps, low air pressure. You make contact with another car. We've seen some tires go down here in the early stages of a run.
Whoa, Jamie Mack just pushed up the hill and got into the side of Joey Logano into 22.
Yeah, but you know, that was Denny Hamlin in the outside lane that made it 3 wide through 1 and 2. I don't think that McMurray knew that they were 3 wide at that point.
Checkered flag indicating the end of stage 1. Here comes Kevin Harvick. Danica Patrick stays on the lead lap, and Jeffrey Earnhardt keeps from losing another lap. 10th place car is Jimmy Johnson. When he crosses the line, we will see the yellow flag. And that will end stage number 1. The pace car will pick everybody up under caution. And then you have the option of pitting. And there's Jimmy Johnson. The yellow flag is out. Kevin Harvick is the stage 1 winner in the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Big run off turn 2, even with Keselowski, moves ahead for second place. Trouble back straight away. Corey LaJoie against the wall.
Flat right front tire, I believe.
Keep him going a lap down.
So here comes Harvick. He comes to the green and white checkers to end stage number 2.
So far, Harvick is 2 for 2.
Yep, trying to hit for the cycle. Chase Elliott is second. For third, Ryan Newman, Martin Truex, Kyle Larson for fourth, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, then Eric Jones, and for 9th and 10th, it'll be Clint Boyer and Trevor Bayne. When they cross the stripe, the caution waves, and we're done with stage 2 of the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 in Atlanta on Fox.
Clear behind him if he gets you. All clear by 4. Outside. Inside. Clear high. 1 inside. All clear.
The lights have come on in Atlanta with 71 laps to go.
Issues early on. They played some good pit strategy. Got a car smoking here in 3 and 4, coming off turn 4, guys.
Trouble for Greg Galding, the youngster from Virginia. Came up through Legends Cars K&N Series, and
that one's coming out the pipe.
Something went big.
As my friend Sterling Marlin would say, she blowed up. I think he's had to adjust. Maybe, I think there's a little bit of damage to his car. He got in the wall, maybe knocked the toe out a little bit. Got to kind of figure out what it's going to do and then get back after it.
Car wall, turn 1.
Keep it up there. Keep it up there. Keep it up there. Keep it up there.
I think that's what was going on.
Yeah, that damage.
Keep it up there, man. After the 22, we get down. Yellows out. Yellows out. Yellows out. Yellows out. Yellows.
That's from getting in the wall there, you know, in that earlier contact.
Looks like the left front tire. Yeah, that fender damage there eventually rubbed that left front tire.
Yeah, you going? See the sparks.
Yeah, on the left front splitter right there, just goes straight. Not a huge impact. They might be able to make some repairs.
NASCAR.
Almost looked, it was dragging at both ends on the left side.
I think it's sparks were just coming all the way under the car, Mike. I believe what it looked
Yeah,
like.
once the left front drops down, then that gets the left rear down as well. So these fenders are really, really close.
Cause, and here's the effect.
Bam. That's harder look than it, than it looks
from that
like.
angle, it definitely looked a little harder.
So Clint Boyer is on the crash damage clock as they try to effect repairs on pit road. When they made that extra pit stop to tighten up lug nuts, Keselowski and Paul Wolfe had a brief exchange. It's okay. We'll get there. They are there. 19 races since Keselowski's last victory. That was at Kentucky. He's got 7/10 on Kyle Larson. But for Roger Penske and Ford, Brad Keselowski wins the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Kyle Larson second.
Brad. Way to come back, man. Don't quit it. Appreciate that, man. It's a long day and you did a great job. Thank you.
Matt Kenseth comes home third. Casey Kane, Chase Elliott, the top 5.
Your lead favorite for sure now.
Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Martin Truex, Kevin Harvick, and Jamie McMurray, the top 10.
Check in with Matt Yoakum in victory lane.
Back in 2016, Team Penske won 2 of the 3 low downforce package races. And starting off 17 on a great note, but what great confidence you showed in this team battling back from that lap 118, losing the lap on pit road.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Winning a sprint or a Monster Cup race, that's the first love of the year. These aren't easy, and there's all kinds of adversity that comes at you no matter who you are. And, you know, Kevin was very, very strong and probably was the guy to beat, but we persevered. We had our own issues with the tire and a loose wheel, and we just fought through it all day, Matt, and got to Auto Trader Ford Fusion in Victory Lane. This is a big deal. Auto Trader's headquarters here in Atlanta, and we got all of them here, so that's great. And first win of the season locks you into the playoffs. That's great for our team, and just, gosh, that feels so good. What a great momentum, and got to fly the American flag at the Folds of Honor race. That just seems right. But you know, even this Victory Lane, old school feeling of Victory Lane, and I love winning. You know, when you win, Matt, you don't know if you're ever going to win again, and you go through some spells, and gosh, it feels good to get one early in the season like this. It's a great race with Kyle Larson and everybody, and just really got to thank my whole team here. They've been digging. We thought we were one of the cars to beat at Daytona, and kind of got wrecked out there. Didn't get to show our potential, but everybody here kept their heads up, move on to next week, and this is what you get with that kind of effort, so I'm really proud of my guys.
Put a check mark next to Atlanta, his first win here. Vince?
Chase Elliott ran in the top 5 all day. The Georgia native, boy, what a fan favorite that would have been if he could have brought it home. But you had a strong day today throughout the course. How'd you evaluate where you ended up as compared to the kind of car you had?
Yeah, I thought our Napa Chevy was awesome. I really didn't feel like Kevin's car was any better than ours. I think he just did a little better job driving and managing the bottom of the racetrack and keeping his tires on his car, you know, and still going fast all at the same time. So I think we made a big chunk in the right direction. For me, being able to keep up with him moving forward at this place is obviously really good. But you know, the biggest thing is just having him, seeing him have a struggle there at the end, and us running second to him all day, all the way up to the very end is pretty frustrating.
Well done, though. Nice work from Chase Elliott today, 5th place.